Hello everyone! Today we will open up one of the 4 Brawl decks for the new set Eldraine. This is the Wild Bounty deck, and the commander in question is Tulane, the Teller of Tales. And I'd like to think of him as a counterpart for Grim, or Hans Christian Andersen, Teller of the Tales of Eldraine. Now then, for those of you who have never heard of Brawl before, this is a format similar like Commander, but instead it has a deck of 60 cards. Everything is standard legal, and you start at 25 life. So here he is, Tulane, Teller of Tales. It's 5 mana, 2/4 vigilance. It's in the banned colors. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And that's very powerful. And then for 3, you can tap it and return target creature you control to its owner's hand. When I was playing these decks on Magic Arena, when it was available for a certain amount of time, I believe it was a weekend, this deck was by far my favorite. Just look at that face. Oh, he's crazy. Right, like I said, 60 card deck. Oh, is it 60 cards? And we have a spin down cardboard dial thingy. Well, alright, doesn't... Well, it says 60 cards here on the back of the box, but it doesn't feel like 60. It feels a lot less than 60. Well, let's just take a look. Oh, and there's a booklet, a little booklet. Brawl rules. Oh, here it is. Players start at 30 life in multiplayer Brawl games and at 25 life in one-on-one. Aha. Right. Tips for building your own deck. And then the 4 decks that are available. Right. It could be me, but it just doesn't feel like 60 cards. Well, maybe I'm just too used to Commander decks by this time. We have a Fairy Formation, which is exclusive to the deck. Also, Tulane is exclusive to the deck. You can get these cards in the collector boosters. However, there's only one spot for those. Right, so Fairy Formation, it's a 5 mana 5/4 flying. And for 4, you can create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. Draw a card. Then we have Steelbane Hydra, also exclusive to the deck. For 2 green and X/0/0, it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Then for 3, remove a +1/+1 counter from Steelbane Hydra, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Thorn Mammoth, for 7 mana 6/6 trample. When it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. This is a very powerful card and also exclusive to the deck. Then we have another exclusive, the Tome of Legends, for 2 mana and artifact. It enters the battlefield with a page counter on it. Whenever your commander enters the battlefield or attacks, put a page counter on Tome of Legends. Then for 1 and tap and remove a page counter of Tome of Legends, draw a card. And then we go to, well, the not so exclusive cards, the reprints for this set. And yes, there are some cards from other sets as well, like this one, Parhelion 2 from War of the Spark. It's a legendary artifact vehicle, a 5/5 for 8. Flying First Strike Vigilance. When it attacks, create 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. And it crews for 4. And raise Forerunners for 8 7/7 vigilance trample haste. Nice. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain vigilance and trample until end of turn. Incubation Druid for 2/0/2. Tap, add mana of any type that a land you control could produce. If it has a +1/+1 counter, add 3 mana of that type instead. And then for 5, you can adapt it 3 times. Biomancer's Familiar for 2, a 2/2. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana an ability costs to activate 2 less than 1 mana. Tap. The next time a target creature adapts this turn, it adapts as though it had no +1/+1 counters on it. Well, hello Incubation Druid. Then we have Time Wipe. It's a 5 mana sorcery. Return a creature you control to its owner's hand, then destroy all creatures. Then, one of the things I am very, very happy about, there are Shocklands in this deck. Yes! Hallowed Fountain. Of course, a reprint from the old Ravnica set. It's the Plains Islands version. All of these enter the battlefield tapped, unless you pay 2 life. Ooh, and a Temple of Mystery. Nice. It's the green-blue one, enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters the battlefield, scry. Very cool. Right. I don't think I'll be talking a lot about the commons and the uncommons unless they're special. So we have a Fairy Vandal. We have a Runaway Together. Beanstalk Giant. Cool. Keeper of Fables. We have a Rose Thorn Acolyte. Marrowleaf Pixie. There it is, the Arcane Signet, another exclusive card, and it's a very popular card at the moment. It's an auto include for pretty much every commander deck right now. It's a 2 mana artifact, and it taps for color of your commander's color identity. Yeah, and that's actually in each and every single deck, so that's pretty good. Forbidding Spirit, Prison Realm, we have a Spectral Sailor, Circuitous Route, District Guide, Kral Harpooner, Sulhana Wayfinder, Paradise Druid, nice one, Frilled Mystic, Growth Spiral, Leafkin Druid, Gyre Engineer, Shark-Toe Crab, Arisen Reeve, very nice, very good card, Flower and Flourish, Incubation and Incongruity, right. Meteor Golem, nice removal spell. Firemind Vassal, and then we have some plains, some islands, some forests, an Azorius Guildgate, Blossoming Sands. We have a new art command tower, very nice, also exclusive to the decks. Not to be found in the boosters, except for, of course, the collector's booster. And it's actually funny that this is Commander standard legal now, but it's completely useless outside of standard. It's just a land that taps for nothing, because you don't have a commander. Evolving Wilds, Celestia Guildgate, Simic Guildgate, Tranquil Cove, and a Thornwood Falls. Then we have an advertisement card here. Planeswalker Loyalty. Right. It's a shame they didn't put any tokens in here. There are some token cards. Well, doesn't matter. So that's Tulane, the Teller of Tales. I think this is a very cool deck. I've played it on Arena. It is just insanely fast because you keep casting a creature and then draw a card. Then you can put a land into the battlefield. So you have an insane amount of lands in no time. And then with the Mammoth, you can just clear the board quite fast. This is a great deck, in my opinion. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time when I open up one of the next Brawl decks. Bye bye!